Andy's Garage. I'm Andy Phillips. We're back here working on the Countach project. Today we're going to be working on the tailpipe end of the exhaust system. We have the one that was cut off the vehicle. This is what the former owner had put on there, these two big exhaust chrome pipes, and then went ahead and modified the pipe and cut off the original and hacked everything up. So we're going to go ahead and get ready to trash this, but first I need to cut off about 9 inches of this piping that we can then weld onto the dual tips that are going on each side that'll then be connected to the exhaust system on the car. So today we're going to be cutting that off, welding it onto the other exhaust pipes, the tailpipes. So let's go ahead and get started with that. For this project we're going to be using the cutoff tool. This particular one is just a little cheap one I got at Harbor Freight, but it works great. Went ahead and put the new blade on there. And that will easily cut through that steel with no problem. So let's go ahead and cut that off so we can scrap the rest of the unnecessary pieces. I'm going to do it out here on the grass because the grass is wet. We've been getting a lot of rain. I don't want to do it near the deck with all the sparks flying. I don't want it to cause any fire. Alright, we went ahead and got one piece taken off here. Had to cut off the support first, so that way we could get in close here to get that off. So now we're going to cut off the other side, and then we'll get ready to start putting them onto the exhaust tips. Alright, this is the tip that's going on. Here's what we have here. As you can see, that's a big difference in size, so we need to get an adapter, kind of like a step down, something that will go in here and go down. I believe this is a 2 or a 2 1/4 pipe, so we have to just take that down. We'll weld that all together, and then this piece here then will then go up under the car and into the existing exhaust system where I can reconnect it. We'll clean this off, maybe put a rust inhibitor on there to keep it from getting any kind of surface rust on it, and then we should be good to go with that. So moving along. Alright, went ahead and we picked up these adapters here that'll slide on here on the end of this, and then you have this piece here that'll then slide inside here, and that'll put it all together. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use JB Weld compound for, it's a welding compound used for putting metal together. What I'm going to do is then mix the steel and the hardener together. We'll go ahead and put it on the inside here to slide this in. We'll put it on the outside of this one before it goes in here. We'll go ahead and assemble those pieces together, and then after that dries, then we'll go ahead with the actual welding gun, and then go ahead and just add just a bead of weld on the outside just to hold it all together, and that should pretty much get this thing nice and tight. And then it's just a matter then of taking this piece here. We'll add another adapter here to connect it underneath the car. Do the same thing with that, and then we should be good to go. Before we even put the compound on this tailpipe, we need to clean all this junk off of here. There's some, looks like some paint and some little bit of surface rust. All that needs to be cleaned off so that we have a clear, nice clean bond. Same here as well. We'll scar that up a little bit. So I'm just going to use this wire wheel adapter here on my drill just to go ahead and just scrape all that off. So I'm going to go ahead and take care of that. We'll also scrape up in here, get the compound in there, and then we'll be right back. We just finished scraping this down with the wire wheel. As you can see, it's all nice and shined up and clean, so that way it has a good bond when we put the JB Weld on there. Have the second one here too. Did the same thing with that one. They're all ready to go. And then we also did the insides of the adapters. Going to go ahead and mix up the JB Weld compound, do the application, let it set. I believe this particular one here, this is the quick set. I believe this is just a 5-minute set. We'll let it sit a little bit longer, make sure it's properly cured. Then after that, go ahead and we'll scar up the outside of this adapter so that way it can be attached here on the inside of the actual of the tailpipes that are coming out, and then let them dry. I don't know, maybe a couple days, make sure it's properly cured. Then we'll go ahead and scar it up a little bit and do an actual weld around the joint to make sure it's nice and tight and secure. So I'm going to go ahead and mix this up, attach it, and we'll be right back. All right, we went ahead, connected everything here. You can see all the joints have been bonded together using that JB weld compound for all of the adapter pieces. And then even here on the inside, we went ahead and did that here top and bottom. So now we're going to go ahead and use the welding gun and do an actual weld on both sides to secure that. Everything is prepped and ready to go, so let's go ahead and fire up the gun and get started with that. All right, we're done with the welding. You can see here on this one here, the welding on basically each side. So I have a little strip here, strip here. Went ahead and got that connected. Welds are a little bit rough. This metal, I guess because of it being a stainless steel or chrome, was a little weak. So we had to kind of glob it up to really make a good connection there. So that's been done. So now what we'll do, let it cool down. We'll take this JB weld compound again, and then go ahead and just seal over both of the joints on both, just to kind of smooth it out and fill any gaps. But at least we'll have this strong connection underneath, and then prep it a little bit, and then we're going to go ahead and coat it with a rust inhibitor, just a flat black, which is basically going to be like on this side here from this point back, since that's what's going to be exposed. Have my helper here, who's going to help me fit on the exhaust pipes. Hello?
Hi.
Hold on. All right. Under the car here, as you can see, I got a lot of surface rust. All this here is going to be cut off. You're going underneath here. You can see there's the exhaust pipes all twisting around it. This is the one that we're going to cut off and then come straight down, connected into the new piping going out to the exhaust tips. But and then all this under here, it's all surface rust. So I'm going to go ahead and take a grinding wheel with like some steel bristles on it and just kind of surface scratch all that off. And then what we'll do then is then put a black coat rust inhibitor on that, just to get rid of all that crap. But you can see under here, there's that right there. Right here is what we're going to cut off. And that's what we'll be welding onto. So I'm going to go ahead and fit on the new tip so I get an accurate dimension as far as what needs to be cut. And then we should be good to go. You can see the heat shield right here. And then the tip will be coming out right there. This right here is the old piping. The previous owner had butchered up the exhaust system and had it wrapping around the heat shield for whatever reason. I don't know. But we're going to cut all that off. And then that's about roughly, you can see here from a side shot, how far it's going to protrude from that heat shield. So then we'll just mark this pipe here, see where it's going to connect in. We'll cut that off with a cutoff tool, and then go ahead and put the adapter piece that'll go up to connect to that, so that way we can weld that on. That'll be done in another day though, so kind of get a glimpse of it there. This is on the driver's side. Same situation here. You can see the pipe going right up here, curving around, and then this is what the other guy had put on here, so that's rusted. I may have to see if I can't get these off. I'm gonna have to just cut that off. So if you come underneath here, you go underneath right there, you can see it where it's coming through, wrapping around up here. That's where that's going to be cut off, and then that'll then be coming through here on the heat shield, right through there where I've already started to cut right here. So then that'll be coming through. That'll be the other tip, which is right there, and then we'll be able to get that brought out there as well. So I'm going to go ahead and measure that off, and then we'll take that back and cut that off and get ready to weld those on, and then we can get the exhaust system taken care of. And then you can see right here, there's not supposed to be this gap here, so that needs to be closed off as well. So once I'm done with that, when I'm working on the body, we'll get that taken care of. I'm going to go ahead and get some measurements here so I know exactly where to cut this pipe, and then we can do the attachment. Let's see here. It's coming out of the muffler right about here. Cut it there. Looks like we're at about 14 inches from the edge of the exhaust tip all the way to where the cut needs to be, where we'll have the bend going up and then attaching. So, all right, I think we're good. Okay, we went ahead and made our mark right here. That's the 14-inch measurement from the end of the exhaust tip to where it needs to be cut on this exhaust pipe. So we'll go ahead and use our cutoff tool, make that cut, and then all we'll need to do then is get a 90-degree adapter that'll then connect from here going up into the existing exhaust system, and then we can connect everything, weld it all on there, and then that should wrap it up for the exhaust system on that vehicle. Let's go ahead and make this cut, and then I think we'll wrap it up for this episode. All right, well, both pieces have been cut down 14 inches, so they're good to go. So now we're just going to get the 90-degree pieces to attach to these, and then we will attach it to the vehicle. We'll do that in our next episode. So that wraps it up for today. Please send any questions, comments, like, and subscribe. We would appreciate it. And as always, we thank you for your support. We'll see you next time.